We haven't been back from the Big Nude Boat 2026 for very long, but you know it's never too early to start planning. So grab a drink, sit down, let's talk about the Big Nude Boat 2027, because yes, it's happening again. Somewhere out there, there are thousands of people that are asking themselves the same question: do I really want to spend 11 days on a cruise ship with 2,000 naked strangers? And the answer for a lot of us is, well, apparently yes. Yes, we do. If you're new here and somehow stumbled onto the channel by accident, welcome to the weird side of cruising on YouTube. The Big Nude Boat is organized by Bare Necessities Tour and Travel, and they basically take over an entire cruise ship for a naturist charter, which means once the ship leaves port, clothing becomes mostly optional. Well, except in the dining rooms and anywhere you sit, because towels are very much required to put your derriere on. Even nude civilization has rules, people. The 2027 sailing will still be with Norwegian Cruise Lines, but this time we're going to be on a new venue. That's the Norwegian Jewel. It's one of those mid-sized ships that works great for charters. It's big enough to have everything you want, but it's small enough that by day 3, you're going to recognize probably half the ship. Mostly because you're going to remember the guy with the flamingo hat and absolutely nothing else. Or the tutu, or, well, you get the idea. Now, if you've never been on one of these cruises, you might think it's just a floating nudist colony. And honestly, you're not completely wrong. But there's actually a lot going on. You've got theme nights, you've got dance parties, live music, workshops, pool games, crafting, and don't forget the excursions. And a whole lot of people standing around the buffet wondering if they should grab maybe another dessert. Well, here's a spoiler alert. On this cruise, no one is judging your body or your second slice of cake. Here's the thing most people always ask me, is it awkward? And for many, they say it is for about the first 10 minutes, then suddenly you realize everyone are just normal people who decided life is a lot more fun when you stop worrying about what everyone else thinks. I don't seem to have any issues going au naturel. Some people, it takes a while to warm up. Also, you'll find that sunscreen is your best friend. There are places you really do not want to forget the sunscreen. Just trust me on that. These cruises sell fast every year. Why? Well, because once people go on one, they tend to come back over and over. The community is friendly, the atmosphere is relaxed, and honestly, it's one of those least judgmental travel groups you're gonna ever meet. Also, packing is incredibly easy. Well, except for the costumes for theme nights, maybe. You basically need a suitcase, sunscreen, a lot of sunscreen, flip-flops, maybe one outfit for dinner, and that's it. Okay, maybe that's not true. You have to be dressed to leave the ship for your excursions, and you have to have something on while the ship's in port. A swimsuit will do. And then there is that dining room thing. And as far as destinations, starting off with the Great Stirrup Key, Bahamas, where we'll have another nude day on the beach, following up with San Juan, Puerto Rico, Road Town, Tortola, that's in the British Virgin Islands, Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. John's, Antigua, and then wrapping up at Samana, Dominican Republic. So that's a scoop on the Big Nude Boat 2027. 11 days, a Caribbean itinerary, and a couple of thousand people who looked at the dress code and said, yeah, I'm good with that. So what are the main differences in the last B&B and the next one? Well, right off the bat, we're going to be at a new itinerary, and that is the Norwegian Jewel instead of the Pearl. Both ships are part of the Jewel class of Norwegian Cruise Lines. That means they were built using the same design, the same size, and almost the same layout. One of the biggest differences comes down to activities. The Norwegian Pearl has a couple of things the Jewel doesn't. It had a bowling alley and a rock climbing wall. Those were added as fun activity features, back when the Pearl was built. The Jewel, on the other hand, skips those attractions and focuses a little more on relaxation and spa spaces. Another small difference is passenger capacity. The Norwegian Pearl carried about 60 more passengers than the Norwegian Jewel. It's not a huge difference, and most cruisers probably aren't even going to notice it, but that's just one more reason that you better book your cabin early. Dining is extremely similar between the two ships. Both offer around, 15, 16 dining venues, including specialty restaurants, main dining rooms, and the casual buffet options. You're also going to find many of the same spaces on both ships. including the Spinnaker Observation Lounge, the Great Outdoors, buffet. That's the one back at the back of the ship. They both have a large theater for shows, casinos, bars, lounges. So if you've sailed one ship, the other's going to feel very familiar. Price-wise, it's close to last year with the prices listed here, up here, yeah. Bear boasts of a best price guarantee to ensure that there is not a better time to book than right now. If you become eligible for any future discounts, the difference will be automatically applied to your balance or refunded if you're already paid in full. There's also early bird discounts you might be able to find, but no guarantees. They can end at any time, so don't dawdle. You can learn more at their website, cruisebear.com. Well, now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Are you planning on going to the Big Nude Boat 2027? Are you still trying to mentally prepare yourself for seeing your neighbors from the cruise Facebook group with absolutely nothing left to the imagination? Well, let me know in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell. Stay happy, stay safe, and oh yeah, don't forget the sunscreen, especially for this trip.